Welcome to Last Week Inside. Last week you heard from the federal government that they deemed real estate as an essential business. So we sat down with Casey McLeod, our managing broker of California, to explain what that means for you.
The federal government has included real estate as essential service, and now the 6 Bay Area counties that started the shelter-in-place have now included realtors and residential transactions as an essential service. So we still don't want to do open houses because it's just too easy to have too many people come to the home at one time, not to have proper social distancing, etc. But what it does allow and does clarify is that our agents can go out and show property to their clients. They can go out and take the photos or meet the photographer, meet the inspector. And there's clarity around all of that now, which allows every aspect of the real estate transaction to now happen without this unknown, what's allowed, what's not allowed. We're just going to really recommend that if you do go out, to limit it to whenever it's just absolutely necessary. Be cautious and again, keep social distancing, gloves, masks, sanitizer, all of those things that can help avoid spreading this and contracting the virus. And we do have an advisory. It's called a client advisory regarding COVID-19 and showing property, which does explain the potential risks for both the buyer and the seller. So we recommend that everybody has their client sign that. Their sellers sign that if they're going to allow showings. Buyers sign it before we go out and look at property. Again, it's not a required document, but it is an advisory that we want to give to the clients to at least make them aware.
Last week, we hosted an Ask Me Anything forum with C.A.R. Chief Economist Leslie Young. Here are some highlights. How much of a price adjustment do you anticipate?
I think you are going to see a bit of a pullback in prices, but I don't think it's going to be very big because supply is so constrained, right? Because we still have a very tight supply of housing in California. I guess the question is, are we going to see a flood of foreclosures on the market?
Right.
That's what happened last time, right? Is that there were so many foreclosures, they flooded the market, prices dropped 60%. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think when you look at what is happening in Washington, what's very clear is we now know how to fight the last war,
right?
And we're not going to let those things happen again. The point is, nothing has really changed in terms of what was in place before this happened, except the economy's just stopped.
Yeah.
So it's how long will that happen? How long will that be? The point of reference is a natural disaster. It's not a recession like we had 12 years ago. Goldman Sachs is now saying that we're going to get a 34% drop in the GDP in the second quarter, and then a 17 or 19% increase in the third quarter. It all depends on how long you think this is going to go on, but there seems to be pretty good agreement that the second quarter is going to be the sharpest decline in GDP, probably on record. This is a watershed moment, and I've been reading a number of the articles that talk about what is society going to look like after we get out of this, and are people going to be more cautious? Are they going to be doing less travel? Are they going to spend less? And on the other hand, are they going to be more attached to having a wonderful house than ever with a yard and space from their neighbors, as people see dangers in being kind of too dense and too close? So I think people will feel a renewed sense of the importance of having a space that works for them, because I truly believe we will be changed fundamentally. We have a coronavirus microsite, so it's car.org/coronavirus has it, and so many other great materials.
The entire panel discussion with Leslie will be available on our website. Just go to the link below. Here's Brett Jennings of Real Estate Experts showing us the last 40 years of the market and all its trends and dips.
I wanted to just take the time to share some thoughts on how you can reassure your buyer and seller clients through these challenging times. Crisis or crash, real estate is still the safest place to be. And we can see that the NASDAQ went down 73% after 9/11, but Bay Area real estate only dropped just 10%. If we fast forward to 2008, where we did have both the financial system collapse and a huge recession that followed, the stock market dropped 53% and Bay Area real estate dropped 27%. And then in our most recent decline, where we saw at the end of 2018, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, and Google dropped somewhere between 25 and 40%, and our Bay Area real estate prices were hit only 8%. In this situation where they have fear, uncertainty, and doubt, we got to come forward with clarity, confidence, and conviction, and be that reassuring voice in these challenging times.
CIDE has created a resource center for all things related to the COVID-19 pandemic. Go to CIDEinc.com/COVID for partner insights, the impact this is having on real estate, tips on how to stay productive at home, and health and safety guidelines. Tune in next week as we talk with someone you all know well through her thought leadership as Inman's editor-at-large, Clelia Peters. We'll also show you the latest in virtual showings, and we'll have another CIDE partner talk about how they're dealing with the latest in this changing market situation. Thank you all for watching.